It's time for children's story. It's time for children's story. Let's give God all the glory. It's time for children's story. We come to sit and listen and hear a Bible lesson. Let's give God all the glory. It's time for children's story. Come and listen, come and listen, come and listen. It's time for children's story. Come and listen, come and listen, come and listen. It's time for children's story.
Hi everyone! For the next few weeks, we are going to talk about love and stories in the Bible that remind us of God's amazing love. So, before we get started, let's answer some questions to see what you know about love. Tell me if it is true or false. When you show love, you are kind. The answer is true. Love is kind. In the Bible, in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, Paul talks about love and says in verse 4 that love is kind. You can show love by being truthful. The answer is true. Paul says in Corinthians chapter 13, verse 6, that love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. Okay, last question. When you show love, you only think about yourself. This one is false. You show love when you think of others and are willing to give of what you have. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 5 says that love is not self-seeking. Sometimes it's hard to think about others, right? Even to think about God. Especially when we have so many nice things. That reminds me of someone who many refer to in the Bible as the rich man. In Mark 10, verses 17 to 27, it speaks about this man. We are going to read up to verse 23. And it reads, Jesus started to leave, but a man ran to him and fell on his knees before Jesus. The man asked, "Good teacher, what must I do to get the life that never ends?" Jesus answered, "Why do you call me good? No one is good except God alone. You know the commandments. You must not murder anyone. You must not be guilty of adultery. You must not steal. You must not tell lies about your neighbor. You must not cheat. Honor your father and mother." The man said, "Teacher, I have followed all these commands since I was a boy." Jesus looked straight at the man and loved him. Jesus said, "There is still one more thing that you need to do. Go and sell everything you have and give the money to the poor. You will have a reward in heaven. Then come and follow me." He was very sad to hear Jesus say this, and he left. The man was sad because he was very rich. Then Jesus looked at his followers and said, "How hard it will be for those who are rich to enter the kingdom of God." Like this picture, sometimes we have too much stuff in the way of us being able to let anything else in. The problem with the rich man was that he was not willing to give his stuff away so that he could make space for Jesus to be in his life. His stuff stopped him from being able to go and follow Jesus. If he would have tried to bring all of his stuff, he wouldn't even be able to get out the door. And as we talk about love, know that we should love God with all of our heart, all of our minds, and all of our strength. In order to love God like that, we must give him everything so that we can easily be able to get up and follow him without having too many bags to bring with us. Bye, everyone.